Happy race day. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Whew. Yes. I'm still lost. Where's the year gone? Like, seriously, like, where's the year gone? How are we already in the month of June, middle of June already? This is insane, y'all. Like, seriously. In the middle of June. I feel like we started and now we're January's took forever, and then we just have flown the rest of the year. Holy bejeebers, Batman. Anyway, whew, yeah, like, whew. We have June, we have July, August, and September. And we have only like August. We'll be seeing like a 2-week break, I think, for the Olympics. And then September, October, and then going into November, we have like just the first little bit of racing left. And then I gotta go watch football again. Not that I don't like football, so please don't take it that way, because I do like football. But I'd much rather watch racing. Much rather watch racing. But yeah, I guess they do need a break too. They do get a 2-week break though for the Olympics, the Summer Olympics in Paris. I just need them to enjoy that little break though, while they can. We were at Sonoma for the road course, and holy bejeebers, Batman, 8 cautions. 8. I'm not used to cautions, like full-on cautions at Sonoma. And we had 8 of them. The first one being for Denny Hamlin, because his engine blew on lap 2. Sonoma has not been Denny Hamlin's best friend on the last 2 races. Or Sonoma, last 2 races. He just has not had a good go at it. This time, it was his engine that decided to let go. That has also been 2 weeks in a row now that Joe Gibbs has had an engine let go. And they've got to go back and figure out why. Because it's unusual nowadays for any of our Cup Series engines just to go like that. He put down a lot of fluid though, so they had to, get that fluid up. We had messes on top of messes on top of messes though afterwards. I completely I feel like I lost track of what happened. I feel like we had 8 cautions total, 22 laps. Laps 4 through 6 were for Denny Hamlin, of course, for the fluid on the track for him. Then 17 through 18, we had the 54 round in turn 1. The 2, the 21, the 22, the 14, and the 47 got around in what is called turn 3A. Again, we had another one for laps 27 through 29. which was the stage 1 conclusion. 33 through 34 was for the number 3 being stopped on the track. 36 through 39 was number 4, 3, number 20, 24, 60, 19, and 43 incident in turn 11. Then we had another one for laps 41 through 42, and that was for the number 2, 34, and the number 10 incident in turn 8A. And then, of course, the conclusion of stage 2. And then we were good. We were super good from there. Those were it for our cautions. And I was like, it's about time. Because, like, last year we went from, like, no cautions to all the cautions. And I was like... But the repave definitely threw everyone for a loop, I think. And definitely made things a little more interesting for them. And brought in some just more interest in Sonoma. Because Sonoma can, just be where it's like, oh, it's a road course. You're gonna see your typical road course drivers, which we did. We, Tyler Reddick. We saw Kyle Larson. We saw some Martin Truex Jr. up front. Joey Logano for a little while. We saw Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, AJ Allmendinger even for a couple laps. Chase Elliott. We got to see some of those drivers where those are more of their tracks. Those are the things that they're really good at. Tyler Reddick is phenomenal at road courses. AJ Allmendinger as well. Kyle Larson has thrown his name out there as well. And Chase Elliott has too, of course. Martin Truex Jr., though, is definitely one with Sonoma, is usually his forte. It was not, though, his forte this time. This is now also 2 weeks in a row where we've had a driver run out of fuel. Because Martin Truex Jr. ran out of fuel. And was like, okay. Y'all, you have all of the instruments right there to be able to know what's going on. Why? There shouldn't be this issue of we're going to run out of fuel. The amount of technology that sits up in the pit boxes is astronomical. It's amazing and astronomical all at the same time. So there's no reason that our calculations should be off and people should be running out of fuel. Somebody dropped the ball. They let him go too soon off pit road. Something. So they dropped it somehow, some way. And you can flip the switch for a little bit of reserve, but that little bit of reserve is not going to get you all the way around Sonoma. There's just no way. Not at all. So stage 1, Tyler Reddick won. Stage 2, we had Chris Buescher win. Stage 3 is where Martin Truex Jr. looked like he was going to win until he ran out of gas. And Kyle Larson got around him, and gets the win. And poor Martin Truex Jr. finishes 27th, which was awful for him. Still in the lead lap. He was the last person on the lead lap to finish, but in 27th at Sonoma. Yeah. There was, I couldn't imagine, like, just seeing that slip away right there. Our top 10 for that was Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, and Todd Gilliland. That was a good race for Todd. Nice solid top 10 for him. Kyle Busch had another kind of roughish race. Him and Ross Chastain had a little run-in as well during that race. And it's one of those items where it's like, it looks like it's kind of like a racing incident, but stumbling, fuel-wise possibly. Maybe there could have been no contact, maybe not. Not sure. But poor Kyle Busch he's definitely having one of those rough races in that situation. This gives Kyle Larson his 3rd victory on the year. So, and it also was a mark for Spire Motorsports. All 3 of their cars were in the top 20 for the first time this season. Corey LaJoie was 11th, Zane Smith was 16th, and Carson was number 17. So, which is a good run for them. Starting to see a little more consistency out of that group all together, which is nice for that team. Just being consistent overall. So that's super important for that team as they work to get there. Just continue to push forward and make improvements. It's definitely one of those situations. We do head to Iowa, though, for our race for Father's Day. Which is its first race back. And it has a partial repave itself. Prior to that, though, we got sad news. Martin Truex Jr. has officially announced he is retiring from full-time racing. He will still be an ambassador for Joe Gibbs Racing. Sounds like from his announcement, he will be sticking around Joe Gibbs maybe doing some part-time racing for them, and other things besides being an ambassador for the team. But he is stepping away from full-time racing. So that leaves Denny Hamlin next year to be the oldest driver in a Cup car at the age of 43 as of right now. And Joe Gibbs was like, I have 2 drivers right now that are 43 in their prime. And I did everything I could to keep him and keep going. So that was a little bit tough for him. Yeah, but at the same time, it's one of those items where he's like, it was time to do what I needed to do and retire and just race somewhat in part-time, do some part-time racing. So we might still see MTJ around the track as an ambassador for Joe Gibbs. Bass Pro owner was there when they made the announcement, and you could see that he was really touched about how well Martin Truex Jr. has represented their brand, not just on the car, but being the outdoorsman that he is, and other things. So it was a really good but really sad announcement for a lot of people. So we will wait and see who has been picked for MTJ's car for next year. The rumor mill is flying as to who is going to get it. And the rumor mill is pointing towards one of the SHR drivers. So that is looking for a ride for next year. We will have to wait and see if that's what comes about. So with silly season being what it is, silly season, I expect it shouldn't take too terribly long for the official announcement to come about, now that they've made the formal announcement about him being retiring. So I don't know, that one kind of, seeing some of the older generation, I guess you can say, it started with Martin Truex, it started with Kevin Harvick and other drivers retiring. I don't know, it makes me feel some kind of way. Those are drivers that I grew up watching, being the young ones. So, and now, realizing, hey, we're not so young anymore. And, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Martin Truex Jr. does in the future, and hopefully seeing him for a couple of races and seeing what Coach Gibbs has in store for him overall. So I wish him nothing but the best. So my husband definitely said we'll have to get a Martin Truex Jr. die cast of something have plenty of die-cast. But I don't know if I have an MTJ one. I'll have to look before I start going to buy things. But it won't hurt to have another one. The biggest hurdle it looks like we're gonna have right now, though, for Iowa is the partial repave. People are having issues with blown tires and maybe only lasting about 20 laps. So tires could definitely be a major issue for today's race. So watch out for tires and what they're causing for drivers. And hitting the wall could very well send people really quickly to be out the race. Multiple drivers have had this problem already in practice. So it's one of those items where it's like eek tires. I don't know how they're gonna be able to play that one off otherwise. Tires are tires, and I guess don't mess with them but so much, because you could definitely be in trouble real quick. Kyle Larson is on the pole. We are going racing tonight. It is on USA. We have officially flipped the script. We are not on Fox anymore, it looks like. We are going over to USA. The green flag is scheduled to wave at 7:05. They'll have their drivers meeting if you just so happen to be in Iowa. Drivers meeting is going to be at 6. Driver's introduction at 6:10. Invocation 6:50. And then national anthem is going to be at 6:51. It is 350 laps on the 0.875 mile track. So it's like a pretty much a short track. Stage 1 ends at lap 70. Stage 2 at 2:10. And hopefully, if nothing crazy goes crazy. But it is NASCAR, and it is kind of short track racing. We should end at lap 350. Then we're looking at that at 350. We don't know. We just don't know. USA will be our broadcast coverage. And they will start that at 7, and then pre-race coverage will be at 6:30. MRN if you need to listen to it, or SiriusXM channel 90. It's supposed to be warm, 91, with a small chance of rain at 4. So this is the first race at this track, and there's no telling. I think this is going to be fun and interesting to see how this plays out. I'm excited to see how this plays out, and just looking forward overall to a different vibe. So if anything happens, I will be posting the lineup later. We look like we're still pending maybe any possible changes for cars. So I will be posting the lineup here shortly for everyone. So happy Sunday, happy race day. Have a great one, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye, y'all.